Hi Pisces, welcome to your new love for 19. This is intended for a romantic love reading, but it may represent other areas of like new growth or new opportunity, new positivity, positive connections, that sort of thing in your life, such as like new job, new abundance, money, career, friendship, family connections, that sort of thing. That being said, it is intended as a romantic love reading, but it may resonate otherwise. And everything else you need to know about this reading is in the connection box below, description box below, with the recommend a reader shout out, the link to it, which goes to, or I should say the link to her, right? Which goes to Awakening One. Much love and support to her. Hopefully you get a chance to stop by, check her out, show her some love and support as well. If you like what she has to say. All right, Pisces, look at your new good stuff. New love for 18. All right, love for Pisces. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess, Chariot, Pisces or Cancerian. This could be Cancerian. Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, hi. Nine of Wands. What are we dealing with for Pisces here? Knight of Pentacles. All right. I think you've shut down your feelings on somebody, or I think you're keeping your feelings hidden. There might be a question of how this is going to happen, or if there's an interest on their part. Perhaps you're just still thinking about somebody, but your intuition's kicking in, and it's like, you know what, it's just best if you don't go there right now, or if you just kind of stand down. It might be you thinking that, okay, this might not be the time for it. Could be dealing with a Cancerian or a Pisces or a Taurus. Oopsie, forgot one. Again, with the Pisces, that's King of Cups, could be Pisces. All right, so this could be somebody that, I feel like it's somebody you know. And it could be somebody you were either involved with romantically, or this is a friend, but you're still kind of waiting for this person to come around. But you're keeping your feelings close to the chest. This is about you remaining silent or not letting your feelings be known. Probably because intuition or wisdom or both are kicking in, and you're like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not letting this person know how I feel, because I need them to come around to how I feel. There's some kind of past or history involved here. And so this is someone that you are waiting for them to be on the same page with you. They need to come around and be on your level. This High Priestess about? High Priestess. Because this is an issue of self-worth for you. This is about you being valued in connection with this person. Either hoping that, not hoping, but kind of keeping your feelings hidden, because even though you might have feelings for this person, you feel like, okay, they're not ready to have the kind of stability or connection or give to that the way I would. Like, they're not on the same page. So it could be that's why, the wisdom or intuition's kicking in. It's like, nope, wait, don't do it, because this person has to be worth it for them to show up. It's not about you enticing them. It's not about you doing for them. This is somebody that's like, until it's worth it for them, I am not going to go there, because it's, self-respect is at stake here, which nobody can fault you for that. What's this Chariot about? What's Chariot about? Two of Pentacles. Okay. It's this Ace of Wands. So if it's not somebody from your past, this is somebody new that you've met, but because of your past experience in a situation, you're keeping your feelings hidden because you've kind of been here before. This person might be very similar or familiar to you, and you're just like, you know what, I'm not, this time around, whether it be with the same person or someone new, I'm not going to go out there and rush in and let my feelings be known or make it okay. I'm focusing on myself and my self-worth, and it's going to be something where I just am not going to rush in. I'm going to prioritize myself, my self-respect, my self-worth before I let it be known how I feel, before I offer open connection. And this is someone that could also be very slow and methodical and want to take their time. So you two both might be sizing each other up. So whether this is somebody from your past or somebody new, this is someone that could be wanting to take the slow and methodical approach also, because maybe they just got out of something. They might have just moved here to where you're at. They might have just started, in the job next to you, the office building next to you, something like that. This is somebody that is adjacent to you, that there's some kind of proximity, but it's not immediate. It's like they live in the next town over, they work in the next building over, or they work in the same field, but they're in a different department. There's some kind of connection. They know a family member. But there's a familiar. You two have common ground, and I can't tell if it's from your past or if it's because you have similar spheres of interest, friends, family. That, you know what I mean, like family, friends, work friends. There's some kind of common ground here, but there's you kind of keeping things, just playing things close to the vest, keeping things hidden, being kind of letting your intuition guide you on this one, being not so forthcoming about your feelings or even interest, because they need to put forth more of an effort as far as you're concerned. You're wanting this person to be more decisive about what they want and about being assertive and taking the initiative. What's this Four of Wands about? The Fool. What's this Nine of Wands about? This Nine of Wands about? The Devil. That could be Capricorn. All right, so this is you holding just back and being under yourself, because you can see that this person, new or past, is not quite free of, if I may be so bold, their demons yet. This could be somebody that is still working through something, still trying to figure something out, still figuring out what they want. And you're wise enough to recognize that it's not for you to rush in and tell them or assure them, or, you know what, I really would like them to call me or pursue me more, but it's okay. They're going through something, so I'm just going to go in there and be really available anytime so that they don't have to make such of an effort, because I understand they're going, no. That's where me or somebody tackles you and do not pick up that phone, do not answer the door, no. Take the car keys, hide the car keys. And like I said, this is about you being wise enough to not do that this time around. It might have been in the past that you kind of believed that somebody just needed that extra support, or, well, I understand, or, that nurturing. No. This time around, you're like, no, it's about self-respect. And if someone's not ready to make the effort to pursue me, then I'm not interested in making it okay or easier for them to do that. Then that person and I can't be together, because I'm not going to make room for somebody that's not certain, that's not pursuant or doesn't really know what they want. No, I do. And it's not that. There's, in some instances, it's okay, like if things are free flowing and fluid and nobody knows, but it feels like you're above that. It feels like you're, like, what you want, and it's about self-respect and self-worth for you to be treated in a certain way, to be pursued in a way. You have standards, not that the other people don't. It's a difference of knowing what you want and wanting that versus being in a much more exploratory state, being like, well, I don't know what I want. I'm okay with this or with that. Both are fine. But for this reading, for the Pisces that I'm reading for, you know what you want. What you're not going to do and what you're going to do, you're aware of it. You're aware of what you will and won't settle for. You're aware of what you want. Again, both of those situations prior are fine. It's not that people that are more fluid or more restrictive are, oh, they're bad. No. But for what you want, somebody that is on the fence or kind of indecisive is not going to suit for you. It's just not going to fit. So until this person figures out what they want, until they kind of get over their stupid pride, this is not going to be a connection for you. There might be interest, but it feels like this is based on what you knew about this person, or it could be a situation that might be familiar because your past person was like this, so this new person coming in might be the same type of person. You're like, oh, I'm not going there again. I see the writing on the wall. This is the way it was with the last person. I'm not doing the same thing I did last time. This time, I'm going to stay in power. I'm going to be unto myself. I'm going to prize and value self-worth. I'm going to be in the driver's seat. I'm going to withhold emotion. And while I might be understanding and compassionate of their situation, it is not for me to fix. It is not for me to give away my self-worth, to make it okay for them to be indecisive when it comes to me. I know what I want. I want somebody that knows what they want with me. It's very simple. This is about you not settling for someone that just isn't sure. Well, you will be unsure about somebody else. You're not sure? You don't get to be unsure about me. You're unsure about a car you want, or maybe, what you want for dinner, but about this? No. I don't have time for that. Right. This person, again, they need to decide. They need to just, to be fair, it could be that someone just really doesn't want to be wrong or make a mistake or inconvenience someone, or it could be kind of a noble thing to why they're so indecisive. But so, taking that risk or putting one foot in front of the other with confidence and being assertive, okay. But it looks like it kind of feels like someone can't get out of their own way, and there's a lot of pride and defensiveness, and someone might be stuck in their negative patterns of relating to other people. Somebody might be really controlling because they're insecure. Somebody might be holding a grudge over all people because someone hurt them, that sort of thing. It's kind of basic and shallow and superficial and kind of childish. So until they work through that and figure out what they want and what it's going to take to go after it, this is a connection that is just, while you might be sympathetic, like, yeah, it really, disappointments hurt and suck. I get it. Like, we all have that, but I feel like you're kind of above them. And you don't really, it's not something you're interested in at this time until they sort their business. So it's not that they're a bad person. It's just that they need to get over a few things before this connection with you is going to take place or progress. This is someone that kind of needs to grow up a little bit and needs to take more charge in their life. They need to make life happen for themselves instead of kind of waiting around for other people to do it. And there's a lot of security in that, actually. If you wait for someone else to take care of you or other people do things for you, you're never responsible for your own happiness. It's always somebody else's fault that you're where you're at, that you don't have what you have, or. So this is somebody that needs to get over that fear of being wrong or not being able to do it, like lack of confidence and being insecure, and go after it. So this could be somebody that's kind of perfectionistic and very slow to do things because they don't want to make a mistake. They're insecure. They don't want to be wrong. Well, get over it. We all are. Can't stop you from living, Person needs to have confidence and go after what they want confidently. But until then, it's just going to be kind of pride and braggadocio, like someone being really arrogant or coming across as arrogant rather than somebody pretty strong and, confident. It's going to be, they might think they're projecting confidence, but it's actually going to be just look arrogant and kind of like, oh, really? The desire might be there, but it's based on superficial reasons. Like, this is someone that wants to appear a certain way because of insecurity or lack of confidence, and we all have that. They need to stop beating themselves up and just try and fail and try again and fail, and then a couple steps forward, and then you build on that. Easier said than done, I know. All right. I just don't want you to get wrapped up in this. Fine to be human, I just don't want it to be to your detriment. Like, I don't want your sympathy or your understanding and your caring for this person or their situation to be at your expense. Like, somehow you become this doormat or this hammock for them, and it's like, no. Everybody has to walk on their own. So this is about staying grounded, staying in your power, and not being swept away by emotion or this need to make everything okay, not letting that sort of maternal nurturing side, I hate to say get in the way, but just this is about staying grounded, staying in your own power, relying on your intuition and your connection to spirit, which is very grounding, to guide you. This is about divine intervention, speaking through you as far as in the form of your intuition. I feel like this is more about, I feel like this person, if it's not somebody from your past coming back, this is someone that is very similar to somebody that you had this issue with before. And this time around is different. And I think that's what the most important thing is right now, is that you're doing the same situation differently. This situation is very familiar to you, but I feel like you're handling it differently, which is as it should be. And I think that speaks loads and is what's going to be the new thing this month as far as, hey, look at how far I've come. I'm not doing what I used to before, whereas making it okay for someone to kind of be indifferent about me or indecisive about their connection with me. You are worth so much more than that. So good for you for staying within your power and being like, nope, I deserve better. It's very simple. You can have sympathy for someone kind of struggling with something, but it's not for you to go in there and rescue and make okay. So whether it just feels like the thing here is whether this is the same person or new person, the situation is very similar, and yet you're handling it very differently. And it's because of your grounded connection and you staying grounded and your feet are on the ground. And this is practical decision making based on self-worth. The moon could be Cancerian or Pisces. If you're feeling insecure, don't. It could be Pisces also right here. But if you're feeling like things are uncertain, or if you're this is the counterbalance for that, because this is uncertainty, suspicion, fear of the unknown. You don't need to worry about that because both feet are on the ground. You're grounded and you're letting your intuition guide you, and you're putting yourself first, and you're making practical decisions based on self-worth and what's best for you. You don't need this connection with this person. So it's not like you're out of your depth and you're relying on the unknown and hoping that there's none of that here. So if you're afraid, don't be, because you're not in any deficit. You're not operating from a deficit, and you're not putting yourself out there. This is you staying in your power. And not conversely, but also this could be speaking to the fact that the reason why you're kind of firmly staying in your area and not putting yourself out there in this situation with this person is because there's simply too much unknown, and you might recognize that part of this is from the past, part of this attraction or this interaction with this person. There's that familiarity I mentioned if it isn't somebody from your past, but there's too much that is kind of unclear or murky. We got the devil here also, that just doesn't feel safe or secure or right, like you should be going there. And sometimes this is about the subconscious kind of bubbling up. So this could be about whatever you're, in some signs they call it the wound, but wherever that issue is that kind of has that draw for you because it's unresolved, this could be that this is what this person, even though it's a new person, they still have that, the energies are doing that dance to where it's very familiar for you on an energetic level, and it's a subconscious coming back up, or subconscious issues. So good for you for actually being kind of in the same situation but handling it differently. That takes a lot of guts and chutzpah and strength. So stay where you're at. Don't do anything. This is for them to work out, and you are over here doing your own thing, not getting emotionally involved, staying in your own power, letting them resolve their stuff. All right. Yeah, that's kind of for a new love. Not very, but it could be that this is a new person, but you recognize the signs. You're like, oh, this is too familiar, and you're doing it differently, which is what I said before, which is yay. Yay for growth. Yay for recognition of that. All right. Okay. Lots to unpack there. Oh, no. I'm not done yet. Hold on a minute. What else for Pisces? All right. 5 of Swords. So when it's like this, I go like, okay, 6 of Cups. So it is somebody from your past, isn't it? Again, if it's not, it's that familiarity, that seeming like, oh, I've been here before. It might be a different person, but this same situation has come back around for me again. This time I'm handling it differently. Yay. All right, hold on. That 5 of Swords. Every time. Yay. Okay, yeah, good. I say yay because this is you making decisive cuts. This is you deciding what is best for you, for your best interest, and doing the necessary actions after making that decision. So this is deciding, making some decisions and making some cuts in your life based on self-worth, involving most likely either someone from your past or past situations that still need to be dealt with, a remnant of your past, subconscious issues coming back up for you to deal with, and you handling it with basically logic and intuition, doing what's best for you, keeping your emotions out of it, keeping the fear out of it. All right, good for you, Pisces. I hope this was helpful. I hope you feel empowered. And I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.